Hello, I'm Chris Williams. Welcome to my video blog. Now, I recently finished a degree course in astrophysics at bachelor's level, and I have had a lifelong interest in astronomy. And indeed, if you are interested in astronomy, then you too will be very excited by the recent discovery of the ring of material that is around Saturn, a long way beyond the traditional well-known rings. Now, as you might know, in a recent edition of Nature, some work done by Anne J. Wirbischer, Michael F. Strutsky, and Douglas P. Hamilton from the University of Virginia and the University of Maryland, respectively, reported results that were obtained using the Spitzer Space Telescope's multiband imaging photometer, and these results were obtained in February 2009. Now, as you know, Saturn has those fantastic looking rings around it, and the moons of Saturn orbit Saturn in the E ring part of that ring system. Now, those rings are made up of particles that have temperatures of 85 Kelvin, and of course Uranus, Neptune and Jupiter also have rings to some extent. Jupiter in particular has a very faint ring called a gossamer ring, which is shepherded by the moons Phabe and Amalthea. And this new Saturn ring that I'm talking about today is similar to the concept of the Jupiter ring, in that it is a very fine ring which spreads over a wide area, but it has an optical depth which is less than that in the more prominent rings. Right, so this new ring of materials apparently stretches from 128 Saturn radii out to 207 Saturn radii, and it is 40 Saturn radii thick. Of course, one Saturn radius is 60,330 kilometers. Now, I said that the Jupiter ring is shepherded by Phabe and Amalthea, two moons of Saturn. This Saturn, the two rings of Jupiter rather, this Saturn ring is shepherded by the Saturn moon Phoebe, which orbits in a retrograde motion compared to the other Saturn moons. It orbits in the opposite direction compared to those other Saturn moons. And the scientists responsible for this report that has appeared in Nature say that this ring appears to provide strong evidence as to why there is a lot of dust covering the surfaces of the moons Hyperion and Apatus. Indeed, their simulations suggest that since the beginning of time, since the beginning of the formation of the solar system, to be more precise, at least 20 centimeters worth of this fine new material that has just been discovered, at least 20 centimeters of that should have rained down on Apatus, given the black appearance that appears on one side of that particular moon. Now, this newly discovered ring of dust is believed to have is believed to be made up of particles that have a temperature of 70 Kelvin. That's 15 Kelvin less than in the famous rings, and hence it does not reflect sunlight all that well, and hence that is why it has only just been discovered. I said earlier about optical depth. Well, that's to do with the occurrence of the dust particles, and this newly discovered ring has an optical depth of 2 × 10⁻⁸. Now, no units are reported in the Nature document, but it does say that this 2 to the power -8 is comparable to the gossamer ring around Jupiter, indicating there's a very fine ring of material. Now, of course, I'm not a professional. I've only just completed the bachelor's level of study, so I hope that you have found my presentation of this material interesting. Of course, as I say, I'm not an expert, so if you want to find out more about this, then you really need to contact the experts who done this work and to repeat their names to get them the credit for their excellent discovery They are Anne J. Verbischer and Michael F. Strutsky from the University of Virginia, and Douglas P. Hamilton from the University of Maryland. And their work appears in the October the 8th, 2009 edition of Nature magazine. Right, so that is all from me, Chris Williams, on my blog. I hope that you can join me for future blogs, and I hope over the next few months I will share with those of you who are interested more of my astronomy interests. And if you want to, you can communicate with me through this video blog to discuss your opinions about astronomical matters. So, until next time, it's bye for now. Bye bye.